Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are in a different location. As you can see, we are in my bedroom, and I'm going to be filming more videos in my bedroom now since I've like pimped it out and everything. If you want to see a full room transformation / room tour, I will link that up above. But we are going to be filming a mukbang today, and some of you may know, some of you may not know, but I am vegan, so it's going to be a vegan mukbang, and I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for me to talk about why I went vegan and some benefits that I've noticed since going vegan. So if you are interested in that, just keep on watching. Before we get too deep into the video, I do want to give a shout out to Sunber Hair for this awesome wig. You guys may have seen this wig in my last video where I show you how to tame your curly hair. And if you have curly extensions at all, like that will be a beneficial video to watch. But this hair is super soft. It's so full and bouncy. This is the Peruvian deep wave in 24 inches. I will put all of the details for this hair in the description box down below. But let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay, so let's show you guys what we're eating. I have a paper towel because this bowl is hot, but we are eating some red curry pasta. I know it looks like kind of like soup, but that's because I made it yesterday and I just had some left over, and I was like, but not about to cook again, you know what I'm saying? So it just kind of, you know how like when you make a pasta or like a soup or something and it sits in the refrigerator overnight, it just kind of gets like thick. I like that though. So I'm not tripping at all, but this has a lot of good stuff in it. I will put the recipe down below that I use to make this red curry pasta. It's so freaking good and it's so easy. You can make it in one pot, and for me that makes all the difference, being able to only use one pot. I just got me a water to drink because if you don't know, we are on a health and fitness journey around here, okay? So we don't need no extra calories, boo. There were quite a few reasons why I went vegan. If you see me like looking over, it's because I wrote them down because I want to make sure I got everything in this video. But the first time I ever tried to go vegan, take that back. First like 6 or 7 times I tried to go vegan, I failed because I wasn't like really connected with my why, like why I wanted to do it. The first couple times that I did it, it was strictly because I just wanted to lose a whole bunch of weight very quickly. And when I was looking up like how to lose weight fast, how to lose X amount of pounds in X amount of time, it kept saying like veganism will help you lose weight fast, blah, blah, blah. And so I wasn't really dedicated to it because it was like I had to make an entire lifestyle switch for the sheer fact of me being impatient. And how you gonna change your whole lifestyle to be a vegan when you can't even change your lifestyle to lose a little bit of weight? You get what I'm saying? So, needless to say, failed. Now, one of the times towards the last few times I tried, like before I actually succeeded this time, but not the first couple times I tried, somewhere in the middle, I actually watched a documentary called What the Health. And I want to say I watched that when I had moved out into my first apartment on my own. And for a while, I was like pretty like vegan adjacent. I ate a whole lot of potatoes and vegetables. I didn't really eat a lot of meat when I was living on my own, when I was cooking for myself. Just because number one, meat is expensive. And number two, like after watching What the Health, I had more of an incentive to really want to do it. So for a while, I was doing really good, like but I just hadn't dedicated myself. Even after watching What the Health the first time, I didn't like really dedicate myself like, oh my god, like I'm going vegan, you know? It was just like more of trying to limit stuff and cut stuff out. I went vegan for real August the 5th, 2018. So my 1-year vegan anniversary is coming up. This is what actually sparked this, so I was able to keep it. So you guys may know, like I struggled with depression for a while, like a while. And during the time, I was actually talking to this guy who was vegan, and I was like coming out of my depression. I wasn't like still, you know, really deep in my depression. I was coming out of it. But I was talking to him, and he had followed me on Twitter, so he had kind of saw like the progress of like my depression, my self-esteem coming up, all of that stuff, you know. And one day we were just talking on the phone, and he was talking about how so many people are depressed, so many people like are living so, you know, way down. And he's like, you know, how can we have life and we consume death? And when he said that, it really kind of stuck with me because I thought about like all the pain and suffering that these animals are going through in their final moments. Shit, their whole life. Some of them, like, they're raised on cows, for example, a dairy farm. They're branded, and then like they have their calves like snatched away from them. Like, you're living an entire life of turmoil and an entire life of pain, sadness. And so that's like within the animal. When you kill the animal, which is death, you know, wrapping it up, to wrap everything up, the pain, the turmoil, wrapping all that up with murder, and then you consume that, like, now you're taking on that energy. And that made a lot of sense to me. Like, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm not really religious, but I am like very spiritual. And so that just really stuck with me, and that made me want to like make a change. So I didn't really go vegan right after that conversation, but I did start doing more of my research. So in me doing more of my research, I decided to watch What the Health again. And I don't know what it was about it this time. I think the first time when I watched it, it was just kind of like playing in the background. Like, I was walking around doing other stuff. But this time when I watched it, I actually sat down and I like watched the entire thing. And I was like blown away by the links to certain diseases. I was blown away by the way that animals were treated. I was blown away by the economic disparity that comes from farming, and comes from dairy farming, and comes from animal agriculture as a whole. So after that, I knew that it was time for me to just give up the meat. So breaking those down like into bullet points, first things first was the ethical reasons. So I am vegan mostly for the ethical reasons and for the spiritual reasons, which I consider them two different reasons. I'm going to talk about ethical first. I ain't got so in this conversation, I forgot I was supposed to be eating. For ethical reasons, first and foremost, saving the animals. Ever since I like started my spiritual journey, which helped me, you know, with my depression and with other things, of course, like finding my sense of purpose, one thing that I have found that really is just a core of my belief system is that all life forms deserve respect, and that all life forms have a place here on earth. I don't feel like we as human beings have the right to decide who gets to live and what doesn't get to live. And I know that many of us have just been programmed in our day-to-day lives to believe that, you know, like, oh, it's just an animal, you know, but it's like we have pets. We have pets, and we form emotional connection to our pets, and we see the intelligence that our pets have. Like, we don't even get to interact with the animals that we be eating, so we have no idea. The emotional abilities that they have. Cows know when they're about to die, like, they do, and they showed it in the video, and it was so saddening for me. Like, but I just truly believe that all life is valuable, and all life forms are valuable. Besides the fact that these animals are being slaughtered, they're also being held in terrible conditions. I'm an empath. If y'all don't know what that means, I'll leave the definition below. But when I like start talking about stuff like this, or start really feeling it, I can actually feel the emotions behind it. And I feel like my empathic ability has actually increased a lot since I went vegan. And so you see me holding my chest, but that's because like I'm trying not to get emotional, because I think about the lives that these animals live. Like, they live their entire lives in fear. They live their entire lives knowing that they're going to die. They live their entire lives in turmoil. I cannot support something that does that. But if you are not someone who believes that all life forms are equal, if you believe that human life is more valuable than animal life, on the other end of that, there are communities that are stricken with disease, that are impoverished Black communities more than likely, that have to suffer because of the placement of these slaughterhouses. Like, I'm from a very small town in North Carolina, and so I know what a slaughterhouse smells like. I've drove past a slaughterhouse, and let me tell you, that shit ain't cute. It ain't cute. It ain't nothing. It's disgusting. It will literally make you want to throw up in your mouth. And there are people that live in these areas, and most of the time they put these plants in poor areas because these people don't even have the option to move. They don't have the resources to protest it. They don't have the option to do anything about it except deal with it. And because they're exposed to these chemicals, they're exposed to the disgustingness of, because like, let's be real, farming is not cute all the time. Like, that manure has to go somewhere. Okay, all of that affects these communities, these low income communities, and I can't support that. Besides that, also, the planet, we are going to fucking die. We are gonna fucking die if we keep up at this rate. Animal agriculture uses so much water, it uses so much land. Like, come on now. I'll put some stats on the screen because I don't know them off the top of my head. Like, sorry. I don't know them off the top of my head. But those are my two ethical reasons. Now, spiritually, like I've already told you guys, I was somebody that struggled with my depression for a really long time. I was suicidal for a really long time. I've been hospitalized for my depression. I've been put on medication. I'm so happy to say that now, even though it is a lot harder to deal with naturally, and I'm not telling anybody to come up off your meds. Please don't come off your meds and say, Jay told me to come off my meds. I did not. I'm so happy that now I can sit here in front of you guys and I can get up in the morning. I can brush my hair, brush my fucking teeth. I can go through the day without my thoughts like literally crumbling me. And I did that all the natural way. Like, and I feel like going vegan was a big part of that, because not only is it about the animals that you're eating, you know, the depth that you're eating, I already talked about that, but just in general, eating a plant-based diet is more filling to your body. Like, it has things in it that your body needs in order to function properly. If you are always filling your body up with junk, you know what I'm saying? Always filling your body up with soda, always filling your body up with processed carbs, processed sugar, refined carbs, refined sugars, you're weighing yourself down. Like, you're literally weighing your body down. When you're eating a diet that comes from the earth, what was intended for you to eat, like, you're gonna flourish. I mean, look at me, like, look at me, look at my skin. Like, I'm breaking out right now. I have this big breakout because I'm on my period, but other than that, look at my skin. Like, my nails are so freaking long. Can y'all see my real nail underneath here? My nails grow so fast. My hair grows so fast. We already discussed this is a wig, so, but my real hair grows so fast. Like, no. And just like there are benefits externally, like I just showed you guys, there are benefits internally too. My organs are functioning together properly, okay? They're functioning together properly. My energy is aligned because I'm not consuming things that I was not ever meant to consume as a human being. Now, I'm going to talk about the health, because I think this is a big reason why a lot of people are going vegan. I will say though, however, going vegan for health reasons is the hardest reason to go vegan, because a lot of us, I hate to say it so blunt, are self-sabotaging, which is why it's hard for us to lose weight. Speaking from personal experience, boo, it's hard for us to lose weight. It's hard for us to stick to things that we know are beneficial for ourselves. So strictly putting the reasoning for going vegan on like yourself, like it's completely self-reliant, it's hard to stick to. But I will tell you guys some of the things that I have noticed since I've gone vegan, and that maybe that will motivate you and help you to keep it up. First and foremost, just like for reasonings, both of my parents have had cancer. My mom actually also has MS on top of that. My high blood pressure, diabetes, all of that runs in my family. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke with the diseases, okay? Like, I'm trying to live a long, healthy life. I'm not trying to be overweight my entire life. Like, that is just not the life that I wanted for myself. And that's the life that I felt like I was going to get if I did not make a change for the better for my body. But I also wanted to lose weight, and I have lost a lot of weight. Today, I actually just weighed myself a little while ago. I'm at 188 pounds, which means that I'm officially 50 pounds down. So I will be doing a video about, you know, why you're not losing weight, things to help you lose weight, how I lost my weight, you know, like an update. But I will post, you know, the videos I already have up above for you guys to check out now. But yeah, I've lost weight, and the thing about it is, I don't do anything. I don't do anything special except eat vegan, but now it's not special because it's been like a year, you know what I'm saying? And I'm eating some pasta right now. Like, I don't feel like I have to sacrifice anything because I don't eat meat. Like, okay, let's say I go a little crazy with the carbs. I ain't ate no meat though. You know what I'm saying? And my carbs can take up, let me not just say carbs, but the other things that are filling take up the calories for the protein. And a lot of times there's like 15 calories in a bell pepper. And then I'll use half a bell pepper in a recipe. Or 10 calories in the onion. I use half an onion in the recipe. 15 calories in broccoli. 30 calories in spinach. 45 calories in zucchini. Like, you get what I'm saying? And so I eat a lot of zucchini. I eat a lot of all of the vegetables that I just told y'all. So a lot of my caloric density comes from my carbs, or it comes from like my beans, legumes, all of that stuff. And a lot of them are still way below meat. Also, my food digests a lot better now, and I'm a lot more regular since I've been vegan, which also contributes to weight loss. Beyond just losing weight, I think that veganism has given me a better body composition. Shit, let me, hold on. Been following me, or you watch my fashion videos, you already know what this body hitting on, but tell me where the waist at, okay? Because it sure didn't look like this prior to veganism. Now, I'm not saying that you can completely give yourself a plastic surgery body with veganism, but what I will say is that most of my weight has been gone from my stomach. Like, I feel like veganism has helped me lose fat. Like, it hasn't really made me lose muscle. I'm losing weight in the places where like I naturally carry excess weight with veganism, instead of something like keto, which in my personal opinion, keto is people waiting to kill themselves. Like, that's just my personal opinion with keto. Yes, you might lose weight on keto, but look at all those damn side effects. I ain't got no rash from going vegan. Like, keto, no. But even with keto, I've noticed that a lot of people that do keto and they don't exercise, they lose weight, but their body is shaped exactly how it was before. It's still not flattering. Like, no shade at all. Like, I'm not saying that to be shady, but what I'm saying is, when you start working on your body, there are of course like areas of your body that you want to be smaller, areas of your body that you want to be more defined, that you want to be more toned. I just feel like keto doesn't do that for you, and a lot of other diets don't really do that for you, because what you're doing is trying to like trick the system. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to like trick your body into doing something instead of just letting your body do the natural thing. Let it do what it's supposed to do. I'm putting food in my body that's supposed to go in my body, and so it's doing what it needs to do on its own. I don't work out, y'all. I have not worked out in like a year. And since Bruno passed, I haven't even took a walk, nothing. Like, when Bruno was still with me, I used to take walks around the lake maybe, and I would do a long walk maybe 2 or 3 times a week, but that was it. Like, I don't do strenuous exercise. I don't really do a whole lot of anything besides just eat food that's vegan. And I don't eat it in ridiculous portions. But I find that I get full. Like, you see, I ain't eating right now. I'm kind of full right now. So being vegan lowers your risk for a whole lot of diseases, like countless diseases. It also gives you a better immune system. I find that now when I get sick, I'll only be sick for like a day and a half max. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm just like up ready to get back to it. But it's like, you know, sometimes when you're sick, like, you just literally cannot get out of bed. Sicknesses, like small sicknesses, used to take me out for like a little while, like 2-3 days before I could get up. And even then, when I would get up and be like going about my day-to-day life, I still wouldn't feel well. Nowadays, it's like a day that I'm just like really down, and then the next day, like, it's like I can function even if I might not feel like completely, you know, peppy and giddy, but by day 3, like, I'm back to myself. You know what I'm saying? And that in itself is just like, that's a good fucking benefit, y'all. The last one, and low-key one of the most important for me, is I have way easier periods to deal with. Like, my periods, I used to get cramps so bad. Like, the first day of my period would literally feel like hell. I would question my fucking religion because of how bad my cramps used to get. Like, I'm not even playing with y'all. I used to be in so much pain that I would lay on the bathroom floor so that my stomach could get contact with something cool, because I couldn't even make it out of the bathroom to get like an ice pack or a washcloth or something like that. It was bad, and I'm not being dramatic. Like, I'm a real ass bitch, you know what I'm saying? I'm not being dramatic with y'all. Like, I thought it was something really, really crazy going on. But the thing is, like, my mom is like that. My younger sister is like that. Like, we just have really, really hard to deal with periods. But since I went vegan, I still get cramps, like, but they're not nearly as bad. Like, my period is so much easier to deal with. I have not cried since being on my period since I went vegan, which is like, that's a real freaking thing. I don't think they're really any lighter necessarily. They're not really any lighter, but the cramps, they are a lot more easy to deal with. Also, I used to be really prone to like getting BV. If you guys don't know what BV is, I'll put it like down here. And the thing is, like, I could never figure out what was causing it. Like, I tried so many different methods to get rid of like my BV, but it would just keep coming back. And since I went vegan, I have not had that issue at all. So I think it was the dairy. But yeah, cheers. If you're vegan watching this, comment down below a green heart. Let me give y'all a tip. Y'all can use this with water if you want to, but this can also be used with other types of beverages of adult nature. If you're chugging, do not hold the water in your mouth. Like, that's literally the worst thing that you can do, because it's gonna just like shoot out your nose. You need to like kind of stop the water. Like, just, you know how you can put your lips to it and it doesn't go in? But I'm not drinking either. Control the chug. And just like that, we got 2 cups of water in. Alright guys, so that's basically all for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to check out Sunber Hair. All of the links will be down below in the description box. But if you guys have any questions about me being vegan, about what I eat, about my weight loss, anything, leave me a comment down below and I will film a vegan Q&A so that I can answer all of you guys' questions. I really want to help because I definitely feel like a vegan lifestyle could help so many of us, and we just have to be more cautious about what we're putting into our bodies, how we're taking care of ourselves, and we have to be more informed, because you cannot rely on mainstream media or the government or any of that to tell you what's really good for your body. You have to do your own research, because you have to think, these people are making money off of your sicknesses. They are making money off your sicknesses, and they're making even more money off of food agriculture, animal agriculture. So you think they're really going to tell you that, oh, like, this hamburger could give you cancer? No, they're not going to do that. So make informed decisions, and I want to help you guys and be a resource for you guys if you want to make a informed decision. So definitely leave me questions down below. But I hope you guys enjoy, and remember, in order to live your life to its fullest, you must live fearlessly. I love you guys so much. See you in my next one. Bye. My